Taylor Gardner-Hickman is coming back to Birmingham City, whether the club are ready for him or not, and that's exactly where the tension starts. After a full championship season on loan at Blackburn, he returns as a player who's proven he can handle the level, but still doesn't have a defined place in Birmingham's system. This comes after Blackburn chose not to trigger their option to sign him permanently following a managerial change. And that might sound like a simple twist of circumstances, but it creates a deeper problem for Birmingham, because Gardner-Hickman hasn't come back as the same player who left. Over 30 championship games, often in a side fighting to stay afloat, he's been exposed to real pressure situations. Games where control disappears, where structure breaks down, and decisions have to be made quickly. That experience matters. Watch how he operates in those moments. At Blackburn, he wasn't just sitting in a rigid role. He covered ground, filled gaps, stepped into wide areas when needed, and kept the ball moving under pressure. In matches where Blackburn were pinned back, he often became the link between defence and attack simply by carrying the ball 10 yards forward or finding a simple vertical pass. And that's where it becomes interesting. Because Birmingham's midfield hasn't always functioned like that. Too often when pressed, the ball goes sideways or backwards. Possession is maintained, but territory isn't gained. Gardner-Hickman offers something slightly different. He's not a pure controller, and he's not a final third creator. He's a connector. A player who moves the game forward without overcomplicating it. But this is where things shift. Birmingham's system is built on structure and clarity. Roles are defined, movements are patterned. Bringing Gardner-Hickman back into that environment forces a decision. Do you adapt the system slightly to use his versatility, or do you try to fit him into a role that limits what he actually does best? And that's where the conflict sharpens. If you keep him, you need to give him minutes. Real ones, not just rotation appearances. That means displacing someone else, altering the balance of the midfield, and potentially changing how the team builds through phases. If you move him on, you're effectively saying that even after a full championship season, that profile isn't what you want. From a recruitment and asset perspective, that's risky. Gardner-Hickman still has value. He's young, experienced at the level, and tactically flexible. The kind of player you'd normally look to retain and grow, but only if there's a clear role waiting for him. Otherwise, his value plateaus. He becomes a player without a defined purpose in your squad. And that's where it becomes a problem, because Birmingham can't afford grey areas in squad building. Every player needs to either fit the system or be part of the plan to evolve it. Gardner-Hickman sits right in the middle of that dilemma. So this isn't about whether he had a decent loan. It's about what Birmingham do with the information that loan has given them. Do they recognise the value in his adaptability in those moments where he carries the ball out under pressure and resets the tempo? Or do they prioritise structure and look elsewhere for a more defined profile? Because this decision cuts deeper than it looks. Keep him, and you commit to flexibility within your system. Let him go, and you double down on control. And Birmingham now have to decide which version of themselves they actually trust.